Yes, ma'am, I sure did do that.
If they're not ginger, you ginger yourself. Nobody clap for yourself.
Okay, so hubby is long overdue for his lock care routine. We are more than likely at around the 8 week mark since his last retwist. Now, I don't wash his locks often, but when I do, baby, I wash that thing, okay? Plus, his birthday is also coming up, so I really wanted to treat him and give him a thorough clean. I like to start by getting him as comfortable as possible with our at-home salon system. I fill the sink up and let the body of his locks sit in warm water while I shampoo his roots, most times twice, but sometimes up to 3 times depending on how his scalp is looking to me. And then I like to add shampoo directly to the body of his locks and start to work that down to his ends. I would say about 70% of the time I would opt for an ACV rinse as opposed to doing this step, but we did not have enough of these supplies lying around to do an effective clean this time around. And then I ball up his locks in the sink and really squeeze them to get all the excess dirt out. So the rinsing process is really where it begins to get time consuming because of all the shampoo that I added. And as you can see, we don't have a hose yet. So I fill the sink, empty the sink, fill the sink, empty the sink, fill the sink again, and empty the sink again, all while moving his hair around as much as I can to get the product out. I'm sure once we get a hose, this process will be much faster. And see, his locks look like they are shiny. And I jump back in for one more quick wash because my husband has a really itchy scalp from time to time. And as you can see, he was enjoying it. I use the color of the water to judge whether I need to continue my rinsing process or I can be finished with that. When I say thorough clean, I really do mean thorough clean. Okay, now jumping right into our styling process. Even though his locks do have somewhat of a carefree structure to its grid or how it was parted during his installation, I do still try to go row by row whenever I'm styling. I decided that I wanted to do at a minimum 4 locks per barrel roll. So that's what you see me kind of doing here. I'm separating my sections, I'm retwisting the roots, and then I'm pinning them all in one pin, if that makes sense. So all I have to do is grab that section and then start creating the barrel roll. I have a close-up coming up later on in the video that will basically show you guys how I start my barrel roll without making it look too loose at the root, because I definitely had some issues when I first started. So the first thing you want to do is start as if you're about to do a 2-strand twist, and then hold it in place while you grab one of the locks that are on top, and then you start creating your barrel roll. I used my fingers as my guide and for structure as I made my way down the barrel roll. And if I made a mistake, I would keep my left hand and fingers in place, holding the lock so that everything would not unravel, and I would come in with my right hand and correct whatever mistake I made. When it came to switching from one lock to another because the lock became too short, I really just focused on keeping it seamless and as neat as I possibly could without making it too tight. Try to pay attention so this doesn't happen to you. Sometimes I would lose my focus and the whole thing would start unraveling because I let the lock go by accident. And you do want to make sure that these barrel rolls are secured, not tight, but secured as you're wrapping it around itself, because I had 2 or 3 of them that unraveled towards the middle, but it kept its structure at the top and at the bottom, and I had to go in and fix those. So here are the final results. I really think these look fire. Let me know what y'all think in the comments, because I'm not out here trying to hype myself, but go ahead and leave your questions, concerns, suggestions down in the comment section. Like the video if you haven't already. Sub to the channel. It is free, but it helps your girl out so much. See you in the next one.